Talk it out.
What's on your mind?
Talk it out.
Do you have some time?
Talk it out.
I wanna let you know you can go crazy at the Talk It Out show.
Talk it out.
What's on your mind?
Talk it out.
Do you have some time?
Talk it out.
I wanna let you know you can go crazy at the Talk It Out show.
Talk it out.
You need the latest news and the latest fashion. Tune in to Talk It Out and watch that stallion. The whole city know that we on the horizon. The talk of the city, New York. Talk with me if you need the vent. Or if your rent spent, things don't make no sense. Life getting too tense, put your troubles on hold. If you sip or you roll, whatever I suppose. Turn on the radio. You with the queen whose voice is gold. She thick in the waist, don't let him in the waist. This show's a fine taste with design by Grace. And we won't stop until we heard in 50 states. Talk it out, talk it out, talk it out, talk it out.
What's on your mind?
Talk it out.
Do you have some time?
Talk it out.
I wanna let you know you can go crazy at the Talk It Out show.
Talk it out.
What's on your mind?
Talk it out.
Do you have some time
to talk it out? Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another night of Talk It Out Radio. I'm your host, Grace the Stallion. And of course, as usual, we have another great show lined up for you guys. We dominate Tuesday nights. We have special guests, hot topics. We talk about all that's going on in the world. And we meet new people, play our independent artists, because this is home of rising talent, real topics with real people, right here on iAccess radio station. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you've been following me on social media, you already know who I have in the building. You know, I've been talking about these guys for the past few weeks, and you know, I have gotten stood up. And no, I'm joking. I didn't stand me up, but you know, they are actually here with me tonight. I'm excited. You guys have been hearing me co-host with them on their show, The Moving Target. So let's welcome host Jay Kemp and Mr. Remedy Cherie.
Yes, indeed.
How y'all doing?
What up,
good?
NYC.
I'm glad we finally
Y'all
here,
finally
man.
made it.
I know, man. Blame my co-host, man.
He said blame my co-host. I think I might do that.
No. I'll say both of us.
All right, so he equally took the responsibility.
Just because that's politically correct.
That's right.
I'm supposed to do that.
Thank you guys for being here. I hope you all at home are watching us. You can watch us via the iAccess app. You can watch us on Ustream, YouTube. If you're on any of our social medias, we're all going live. What up to the live feed popping? Make sure you guys call in. You know we have hot topics and debates every single week. So call us at 347-708-0216. I promise it won't be like last week.
No arguing this week.
Shut up, Jay. I knew he was going to say something.
We not arguing this week.
That was
we come in peace.
And do you want to know what's funny? Is that video got the most views.
Of course.
Ever.
People like
drama.
They love that stuff.
They like to see Stallion get out of character.
Absolutely. People are connected to.
Did you watch it?
So I didn't get a chance to see the full thing, man.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay. This, you know, this is it's how we rock it.
Yeah, no, it's a story behind all that. Y'all might have saw the end result. Like I was trying to tell Jay, you know, he let me have it, y'all. He cursed me out. He had me crying on the phone. He hurt my feelings, y'all. Jay.
You said that you understood what I was saying.
I'm joking.
I'm about to say, hold up.
I'm joking.
I had a conversation just for y'all, just so y'all know. I had a conversation with Grace from interviewer to interviewer. Y'all don't really know what it takes, not just to prepare for these interviews, but y'all don't know what it takes for moderating the room, feeling the energy, knowing when to shift. It's practice.
I didn't get that memo last week. I'm trying to tell you, I was in a zone. I forgot I was on air, and I was just like, oh, this dude is trying. I could debate all day, but you don't have to get it personal and attack me or disrespect me, and that's when I just lost it.
But then we build, and then
you learn from your mistakes.
Exactly.
We build and
exactly.
You know, and Jay had to help me shed some light, because at first I was ready to jack him up too, like, what you talking about? No, but I had to,
you know, but she knew it was all love coming from, you know what I'm saying, from interviewer to interviewer. Because like I said, man, I know, trust me, I've been there, and people be talking some shit, and I'm like, yo,
I really want to go at him right now on the show.
For real.
You know what I mean?
I was trying, guys. I really was in my brain, and I was trying, but it just didn't work. So, hopefully if that ever happens again, I'll handle it better, but y'all know how I am. I don't have a problem opening my mouth. It's hard to hold that stuff in. Yeah. So kudos to the guys and you guys that can do it. I really can't.
Well, you can, because you just went through the experience to know how to do it now, and you will.
Easier said than done. When you're in that hot seat, all that stuff goes out the window. It's like, what did he tell me to do now?
I'm sure. You know what I mean? I'm sure that you're gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying? The way you need
that
to handle it.
That might not ever happen again.
I'm sure.
That was the first in 5 years. I hope that was it, because I don't like to become that person. I like to be bubbly and friendly and smiley and talkative and debating and all that other good stuff. You know?
Yeah.
So you guys are here in the building.
Yeah, man.
If you guys don't listen to Moving Target on 94.3 FM, shame on you. Every single Sunday at 7 p.m.
And also on YouTube, Moving Target Podcast.
And on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that link and
Facebook,
join and like.
Moving Target Podcast. You know what I mean?
So tell my audience about you guys. Who wants to go first? Tell them about yourselves.
About ourselves individually? Or as a group? As a collective?
Okay. Who?
As Moving Target?
As Moving Target and Jay and Remedy. We want to get to know y'all.
I will say Moving Target, we started Moving Target to be the other side of the coin. You know what I mean? A lot of times people want to do the show that is going to bring the ratchet. You know what I mean? That's why people are going to love that drama, right? But we also understood, us being community activists first, us being media activists first, we understood that there was a narrative that wasn't being told to specifically black people, you know what I'm saying, in a way that is going to enlighten them. No, that's not the popular route. You know what I'm saying? It's not what most people are going to go to. But I believe Rem and I bring a formula that kind of lightens it up a little bit, but gives you good information. So we found out, we actually started recording at a studio in New Haven, Connecticut, where we would find issues that are going on in the community, and we will find people who are doing something about it. And we would bring them on the show, and we would talk to them. Eventually, we blew up and went viral when we found out the Nazis in New Haven. They said the Nazis were coming. Just so you know, like, I never thought I'd be alive to hear somebody say, yo, the Nazis are coming.
Right.
So we were like, the Nazis, like, we coming to go see the Nazis. You know, like, we want a conversation with them. We want to know, like, where's your mind at? Like, we're open to that. Come to find out, it wasn't Nazis. There was this riot that went down, and it was this group called the Proud Boys, and it was a whole big thing. It was on CNN, and we were flipping on Antifa, which was a group that actually caused the riot. It wasn't the so-called Nazis. And from that video, we blew up, and then the owner, the station manager at 94.3 was like, yo, y'all need to come onto the radio. And pretty much, man, that's how Moving Target got formed, and we've been bringing nothing but truth and true, real narrative to the people.
And we in it sincerely, you know. And we've always been entrenched in our communities, trying to rock with the youth, or just in general helping our queens, helping our village. Let's say, you know what I mean. Right. So, and people felt the sincerity and love it, and that's where the connection comes from. Because we bought it for real. We bought it. You know, we talk to ourselves about it. We bought it all for real, man. Sincere love that we bring in. So it's a blessing.
That thing off.
Yeah, I think you're.
I don't know why it does that. It just cuts off by itself and then it starts replaying. If you can reach that, can you hit that little share blue button? Well, how long has Moving Target been out now on air?
On air, I think we're hitting 2 years now.
Nice.
Yeah, we're hitting 2 years. We were only online before.
The blue one.
The blue one.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Look, he ain't hitting it.
I'm hitting it.
There you go. Yeah.
So
you can hand it to me. Thank you.
We were online before that, and we were, I was doing a lot of other things, a lot of different other web series and podcasts. This became my passion just because my passion is my people, and I'm a big fan of media literacy and understanding propaganda, understanding what's being sold to us and told to us. So I was like, what if we can be a platform that kind of people can maybe make a pit stop and say, oh, I heard this on CNN, but I found out some truth on Moving Target.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And so once we got on radio, it became even bigger. Not because radio's, a big thing. Radio's dying, but but because
we gotta keep it alive.
Yeah,
okay?
but there was a audience though that listened to the radio that needed to hear us, and we've been getting nothing but love, man. People really enjoy the conversations. You know what I mean?
So what are you guys looking to take Moving Target? Like, what is your ultimate goal for Moving Target? Where do you see it in the next 5-10 years?
In 5 years, Moving Target will be one of the #1 independent media activist platform in the country. In 10 years, we'll have web series out. We'll be doing documentary style narratives, podcasting. So if some of you might listen to podcasting called This American Life, it's going to be similar to that, but black stories. The production's going to be produced and shot by young people. Web series coming out by young people. We have a young brother, Justin, who's doing a gaming series where he games, but he brings imagine Obama coming to sit with this 17, 16-year-old to play 2K. You know what I mean? And talk about stuff that youth want to talk about, but they're playing ball. It's a podcast like that.
And shout out to Just, man. Shout out to you,
man.
Justin.
Shout out to Justin, man.
He's a young brother. He's one of the young kings, and he handles a lot of the technical things down at the station for us, man. But he's serious and he's driven.
Holds it down.
So yeah, definitely shout out.
He definitely holds it down.
But you know what I appreciate? I appreciate being able to come here and giving us an opportunity to come here, because a lot of people come on our show, but they don't invite us, to their shit.
Aww.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And many times I think it's because people don't know us outside. I think now people are starting to get to know our personalities outside of the serious conversations we have. But
yeah, because your show is really serious. How do people take the show? Because is everybody ready for that type of radio and talk?
Well, you better get ready.
You guys talk about stuff that a lot of people don't discuss in everyday conversations.
And that's what people love about it.
That's what people love. But not only that, these are the true important things that really affect our lives, really affect our villages, really affect the state of mind and our people need to, all of us, we need to really understand the state that we living in. Here living in the United Snakes of America, as I like to call it. We're gonna keep it 100.
You know what it is too? It's like we do address serious topics, but the way we deliver it, it's not so academic elite. We're not talking with all these big words and stuff that it's like, what are y'all talking about?
Right.
We bring it down to as layman's terms as possible, but we bring the people on who are going to qualify it with
to talk about
their expertise. Right. You know what I'm saying? So the question of are people are ready? I knew they weren't ready when we started it, but when they heard it, they're like, wow, I could fuck with this.
Okay. I
didn't think I could because it's serious topics, but I could fuck with that. You know what I mean? Now, can they listen to it as much as they listen to the Ratchet? Of course not. You know what I mean? Like, nobody likes the lettuce. I mean, the lettuce over McDonald's.
It's true.
You know
we like Ratchet and we like drama and
entertaining.
And sometimes when something's so saturated, you got to find the other. You got to find the other route.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is where we come in at.
Right. Which is why I like being a part of Moving Target with you guys. Because
we love
even though I like to talk about good stuff and real stuff and things that happen to most people, you guys talk about things that other people don't talk about.
No doubt.
And I think that's what makes the show so different and stand out.
Yeah.
And that's why it's going to last.
And we
you
love
can't be like the
you.
dog.
We love having you before. After the first time, you was down at the show.
First time.
Jay called me up, after Jay called me up and was like, you know what? I like Grace, man.
She need to come back.
Yeah, she need to come back.
She need to just keep coming back.
Yeah, that's what I do too, bro. Like real talk.
I know sometimes you feel like, okay, I can't fit into the topics up here, but there are days where I'm loving the conversation.
But you speak from the standpoint that a lot of people are still thinking, which is important. So now people can feel like they're not left out of a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about, whether Obama was a great president or not, you're gonna speak from that. Or when we talk about about Tyler Perry's hilariously trash movie, Fall from Grace.
Oh my
You're
God.
going to be the one to say
That was horrible.
Oh my
this
God.
is an amazing movie.
Horrible.
Oh, see, I can't with these two. We never agree. We never agree. I don't think it was horrible,
real talk, it was
but I
horrible.
do think he needs help with writing.
You said it was his best.
I
yet.
think it is. Out of everything that he's written, yes, that was the best.
Man,
because
listen.
if you watch
Better than
his
Daddy's
stuff,
Little Girls?
the dialogue, well, that was entertaining. That was cute, but. No, I think this was more thought into it. Daddy's Little Girl was the typical, baby mama drama, dad trying to be a good dad. That was a typical story.
Fall from Grace was horrible.
If I see Tyler Perry in
my
person,
God,
I'm gonna snatch the
I
wig off
can't.
his head. Mr. Tyler Perry, I'm gonna snatch that wig off his head.
I guess we were like half and half with it because
Nah.
everybody that I have talked to loves it. But I do still think he does need a writing team because he is one-track minded. His dialogue is drawn out. His scenes are way too long. The acting is
characters are
overacted.
one-dimensional.
It's not that realistic.
He keeps recreating his aunties in every movie. Like, bruh.
He said he keeps recreating.
We get it.
That's what I'm saying. I think
Tyler.
he's one-track minded. I
Yeah,
think he
man.
does need to have a team where he can expand and think differently and bring different things into his movies. I do.
That makes me wonder how much of an ego he has. Because my thing is, like, Tyler, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to shoot that in 5 days.
Man, nah, you didn't, yo.
You didn't have to have the dude in the back with no food acting like he's eating food.
But you know what? The thing about it is, to me, that's more of a slap in the face to us, man.
Yeah, because
he's like, you know what I mean? Because he's like, yo, I'm gonna shoot this in 5 days. They gonna eat it up.
They gonna
You know
love
what I
it.
mean?
Y'all not gonna sit here and talk about Tyler Perry like that.
This is why
Yo, look at the wig I'm putting on them. They'll like it. You know what I'm saying? Come on. What are we doing
somebody
here?
Y'all not
tapped
gonna
Tyler
do this
and was
to
like,
Tyler.
excuse me, Mr. Perry, I'm sorry. 5 days though? And he was like,
Yes. 5 days, okay?
He ain't want to hear nobody.
Y'all can't talk about him.
I'm
But
talking.
We got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. First of all, we all know this is Black History Month. One of my favorite months outside of my birthday month next month. It's Black History Month. So every week we will be bringing you someone to talk about for Black History Month that has done great things in this world. I have a few tonight. Well, first of all, it's Rosa Parks' birthday. So what better to honor Miss Rosa Parks?
No doubt.
Happy birthday to her. Yes.
Yes.
I love my black people.
Yo, I'm advocating. Let me just say this. I'm advocating for us to change Black History Month. At least it shouldn't really even be number one.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna have it, let's change it to a month where it's hot out. We tropical people.
So not only did y'all make the shortest month, you
Oh my
chose in
God.
the dead of
In
winter.
the dead of winter. We not from the mountains, the coldest
man.
mountains.
Please
We
these
tropical
two, right?
people. So let's go with June, July, or August for Black History Month, man. We hot, warm people. Like, let's change some
Well,
things.
we take over Juneteenth as well. A lot of people
True.
don't celebrate
Very
that,
true.
but I do. So
Very
we
true.
do have Juneteenth, and I celebrate that the whole month
Very
as well.
The whole month of June?
Yes.
So right back to back, bang. After Juneteenth, bang. Black History Month.
Black
bang.
History
We gonna
Month.
take over the whole
Remix.
summer.
Is it July? So what's 4th of July represent again?
That's supposed to be Independence Day, you know,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
white
nah.
Independence Day.
That's Black History Month.
That's Black History Month.
Yes.
We're gonna trample all over July, right?
Trample all over.
I need you guys to make sure y'all call in tonight. 347-708-0216. We got another letter from a listener that we're going to read later on. As you guys know, we have letters every week. 2 weeks ago, we had the angry white girl who was upset that everybody was talking about her interracial relationship. And we gave her advice on that. And last
As we
week,
should.
hey!
Fall back,
I wish
Patty.
y'all were here for that
Patty,
letter.
fall back.
Because she was going in on black women,
Fall
honey.
back, Patty.
She was going in on black women. And then last week we had a woman who wrote about her worst date ever. And I gave you guys some top 10 don't do's on your first date.
No more. I do pre-dates from now on.
Pre-dates? What's
Pre-dates. Yeah, I'm gonna. We're gonna
Yo,
go for some
this
coffee
is actually
and
genius.
talk
This is genius,
before
man.
I'll see if I want to court you.
I hear
I'm not gonna
that.
take you on no $100 bill date, and I know I'm not gonna be seeing you after this. Nah,
Yo, that's real.
let's go to Panera Bread. Let's chop it up real
that's
quick,
real.
and I'll see.
hear that.
I'll see if you're worth it.
I don't think anything's wrong with that either.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
man.
Word.
I don't think it's not. Well, to me, it's not about the money you're spending on me on a date. It's us spending that time together, talking and getting to know each other.
Then that
We
means
can
we
take a
should do
walk
the
in the
same
park.
thing
I
on
don't care.
coffee.
Right, and that's cool.
We
Let's
I
do the
don't
same
drink
thing.
coffee, but you have
Or
coffee. I have
tea.
OJ. It doesn't
Or
matter.
Because guess what? If we
Right.
sit down and I already realize your conversation is stale, and I'm sapiosexual, so it's like if your conversation is stale, this isn't going nowhere. So what's the point of doing the whole date thing?
I
Like,
hear that.
nah, we're good. We'll do pre-dates.
He said, we'll do pre-dates. Save me my money, honey.
There's a lot of women that was like, nah, I want
all
that
for
free
it.
meal.
I can't.
I'm all for it.
We're saying happy birthday, guys. This is, what is this, Aquarius season?
Aquarius.
Oh, wait till we get to
We're in the
Pisces.
age of Aquarius.
Aquarius season. So we had a few birthdays. Of course, yesterday was my boyfriend's daughter's birthday, Deja. Happy birthday
born
to
day.
Deja.
Happy birthday, princess.
My cousin,
Yeah.
my cousin. I call her my niece though. Much love, Days. Happy birthday. I love you, baby.
Yeah,
As I
I ain't gonna
told
shout
you.
out her age. I'm like, how did you turn yesterday? But I remember. But happy birthday to my cousin Troy. He also had a birthday. And then today's his birthday. And then my sister Raquel, today's also her birthday. So happy birthday to all you stinking Aquariuses out there, including Miss Rosa Parks.
Call Rosa Parks.
She don't stink, but you know.
She just sat up. She just sat up. Put her hand in the dirt. What?
As you guys
Thank
know, next month makes our 5-year radio anniversary here on Talk It Out Radio
Hey.
Show. It's been 5 years on March 2nd
Wow,
next year.
wow.
So I don't know what I'm going to do special for my anniversary show. I think it's the next day, the 3rd or whatever. We'll be here for our anniversary. Maybe you guys going to come back and celebrate
Yeah,
the anniversary
absolutely.
Yeah,
with
for sure.
Stallion.
No
That would
question.
be dope.
No question.
And don't
So-
forget, guys, prom season is coming up, and I am a designer, so make sure you guys hit me up. Stallion Style Designs. We've been out since 2013. You know, the original Stallion. Do your research. But I make custom clothing for all sizes, men and women. Slim, plus, doesn't even matter. Just contact me, guys. M2M Boutique is the website for clothing. Prom season is coming up, so don't forget. You want to look
Are we
good.
gonna have a little libation for the celebration?
Yeah, we can do that too.
For prom celebration?
No.
Oh, I'm like, that's weird, bro.
What are you talking about?
I thought that's what you meant. I'm like, that's real weird.
For prom, who's going to prom?
Sound like Drake and Millie Billy Bobby Brown.
Oh my goodness, man.
These two right here. And finally, next Friday is Valentine's Day for those of you who celebrate. I'm not going to ask these two over here because, we know Valentine's
I'm
Day.
single, so
for
I
most
definitely don't
lovers.
celebrate it.
There he go.
You know what I mean?
How convenient you single right before Val. He did that on purpose, honey.
No.
Valentine's Day
Not
right
at all.
before. Did you
Nope.
celebrate Valentine?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. What about
Absolutely.
you? Did you celebrate Valentine?
Well, see what had happened.
See, it's these kind of guys that try to make up excuses. Oh, I don't celebrate that holiday.
No. The truth about it is I've been trying. Now we strive for greatness, and I'm trying to get away from these American-made holidays. To me, part of the problem is that it take men sometimes they'll wait to Valentine's Day to do these special things for their woman,
Right,
when we should
which is
really
wrong.
be taking care of it
Right.
365.
That's right.
It should be Valentine's Day every day, and I know people say, "Oh, that's like far-fetched." You think, nah, it really should be like that.
No, but
So-
and there are people that believe just that. And same thing with Mother's Day.
So,
It's
you
like
know.
you should be honoring your mom every single day. We get that, but this
yeah.
is just a one day we're
Yeah.
supposed to go all out.
Yeah, because you're
It's
not
supposed
gonna be like, wait,
very
mom,
special.
I'm not celebrating you today because that's an American holiday,
Right.
so I'm good.
Right.
Nah, you're
You're
gonna
gonna
celebrate
celebrate.
Mother's Day,
Right. So
and I better be celebrated on Father's
what
Day.
is some good Valentine's things or to do or buy for your loved one for Valentine's Day?
To do or buy, I mean,
And we know it's for the girls, so you guys know y'all don't count. But we know it's for the women. So what are some nice things to do for your lady?
I think sometimes when you do some things that are that you're doing yourself, like a lot of women like to go out to spas and different things like that. So maybe if you get a hotel room or something like that might have a jacuzzi in it, and you literally give her the face mask that she likes and the massage and these different things that she like, but do it yourself and do it for real. Even if you gotta go on the YouTube
And learn
how to really give a good foot massage. You know what I
Pretty
mean?
decent.
Learn how to really do it and do it yourself and feed her some food and all of
So,
those things like that.
I would say so. I've done that.
Pretty deep.
Well, he just said I've done that for for my ex, and then also for my daughter. I do that for my daughter too, so she knows how a man should treat her.
That's right.
So I've given like the facials, you know what I'm saying, and have the little foot massage thing and like her feet in a tub, like in getting soaked and all that, just like she's at a spa. Set up the music and everything.
We've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah. So, but I think what I really enjoy doing is I like creating some type of adventure to get to each thing, like almost like a hints and clues, and I like for her to feel like she's being taken through a whole experience to experience the things that I want to celebrate her for. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
And like when I do that, I feel like no matter what it is, she just loves it. You know what I mean? Whichever woman I'm with. But usually when I want to do something on Valentine's Day, it's not just a gift.
Right.
It's something that requires just more thought and, you know, more planning. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then when you look at like real quick the experience of life, it's always about the journey. Not about necessarily the thing that you capture. Like when you really, like the Super Bowl that just happened, right? They always talk about that journey that it took to get them there so much more than we got it now.
Right.
It's always about, yo, look what we did. So that goes hand in hand with like understanding what Jay's talking about. You know what I mean? That whole experience of, yo, what's happening?
Well, you guys got some great ideas for your woman, and you also mentioned doing it for your child. Do you guys do it for your moms? For Valentine's?
No, I mean, you know, me not for Valentine's.
You don't get your mom a Valentine gift?
Nah, really, I never have.
I grew up a different way. You know what I mean? I'm not very close with my parents at all.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been on my own since 13, 14. So it's like my mother and I, we cool. We, but we're not like that.
But I thought Valentine's. See, I always had the concept like Valentine's is for lovers. I never,
Valentine's Day is for love.
You love your mom, you love your daughter, you love your woman.
I get my daughter something.
I always associated that with lovers.
Intimate lovers.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I associate it with love.
Something like that, yo.
Interesting. I like that. Yeah. Well, guys, we know Valentine's Day. Y'all better make it special. What are some things guys like for Valentine? Because, it's mostly about the women. So we got to think about our men, too. What do men like?
I think we like, I can only speak for myself. It's never been about how much money you spend. It's never been about. I just like something that shows that I like a banging home cooked meal, something that you put yourself into. You know what I mean? To show me that you really thought about me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Something like that is cool.
She rub your feet.
Something simple.
Massage your toes.
Yo, listen, that would be welcome.
That would be
welcome. And to keep it 100, I got nice feet.
Oh wow!
I don't got my feet ain't
That's
broken.
That's a plus.
My feet ain't broken. I ain't been kicking brick. I got nice feet, so it's
I can't. I can't really. I just know for
I've
me.
been told that.
I like. And this is not necessarily on Valentine's Day, but my love language is physical touch and words of affirmation. You know what I mean? But one thing that I do enjoy is like when I come home and somehow you made the place feel more like a home. You did something, whether you got a new picture, you put a new plant in there, you know what I mean? I love that. You know what I mean? I really don't ask for much. I really don't. It's simple things like that I'm like, you did that for me?
Simple,
you know what I'm saying?
Very apparently simple. Men are easier to please than women might be.
1000%.
Oh, you ain't have to agree to that, Jay.
It's always been like that.
Oh, there we go.
1000%.
Always been like that.
He's like 1000%. Well, we all know the 14th is Valentine's. So, ladies, if you're wondering if you're that number one in his life, if he takes you out on Valentine's Day, you are his number one. But if he's taking you out on Saturday the 15th, y'all better start questioning them relationships. Because we all know the day after or the day before is side chick day.
Or where does he take you? I mean, that's another thing.
So if he giving y'all excuses, right?
He take you to Ruby Tuesdays. You know what I mean?
wait.
We got a problem.
Or if you catch him on the phone, like, man, I can't go. I gotta take this bitch out. I gotta take my Valentine.
Like,
I think that might be a red flag.
If you was at number one on the 14th, we'll prove it. Because if he makes some excuse, he gotta work. He ain't got no babysitter. You the side chick. I'm sorry, honey. Yeah. So make sure y'all. But what's wrong with Ruby Tuesdays?
Let me say this though.
It depends on their relationship. Like maybe they just kind of met a month or two ago or something.
Okay, that might be different. But if I've been with you, I'm not taking.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For all our fellas that's listening, Here go your Valentine's Day excuse. You got Corona, bro. Use it.
Yeah, no doubt.
You got Corona thing done hit.
But you already know women. She gonna be on that hospital. She gonna be talking to the doctor.
Good.
She gotta confirm that he was there. Women are smart. You can't get
just
away
be
with
like,
that.
look, the coronavirus is out there. I think we should stay in.
She gonna be drawing your blood to check it herself, honey. Y'all can't get away.
Nah,
Ladies,
I didn't
don't fall
catch
for
it. I'm just saying I don't trust it, baby. Like, we gotta stay in tonight. You know what I mean?
Don't fall
I'm not
for
just
that.
saying we should stay in. Listen, I got Corona. Eat a jelly donut and spit it on the floor. I got the Corona. Oh man.
So you're single,
go.
Jay. So I mean, Valentine is out for you, or you're gonna spend it with your baby girl?
No, I don't have. Do I? No, I don't have her that week. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna
just be chilling alone,
doing some schoolwork. You know what I mean?
And rebounding yet? None of that.
Nah. I'm still healing.
Okay, so my guys be fronting. I'm still he likes to act like he's so innocent. I'm still healing.
I am.
Man, you see,
Jay,
that's what happens.
You ain't rebound yet.
Why do you all do that?
Jay,
I'm healing.
He's like, I'm healing.
I'm telling you.
I'm just saying.
See, this is the reason why, brothers, this is the reason why it's important to check in with each other and ask if you're okay. Because if you say this to a woman, she's gonna be like, yeah, right.
I'm healing.
Why is that bullshit?
Cause you're a man. Y'all heal alright.
Now see, Rev.
Y'all heal alright.
Is that not toxic masculinity right there?
That's toxic femininity.
Okay.
That's toxic femininity,
the
man.
fact that I say I'm healing. If a woman says she's healing, still, I would immediately be like, all right, respect. But I say,
because 9 times out of 10 we are, okay?
But why men can't be hurt?
You're a man. The best, y'all don't like to deal with pain. The best way for y'all to get over that pain
you okay,
is to get under somebody else.
Hold on,
okay?
Let me make sure your man is okay. Right. Because if you don't think that brother's gonna hurt sometimes, you got another thing coming.
He is hurt, but that's what the chick is for, to heal that hurt for that moment.
No, it is not.
But you can't heal it if you don't even recognize that he is healing.
But you just said men can't be hurt.
Y'all hurt.
They think we robots,
y'all just handle that hurt differently.
They think we robots.
Y'all not sitting at home meditating and
she don't know me.
She don't
know me.
You are not the average brother.
So then when I say I'm
healing.
Hold on. So do you agree that I'm not the average brother, that I actually do practice meditation and prayer?
You probably do.
I absolutely do.
So
and when I say I'm healing, I mean I am literally getting out of something that is requiring me to take the time to really heal. You know what I mean? And I think brothers can understand that when they're honest with themselves, you know what I mean? But they won't come out with it because the response is what you just did.
And not only that, not only that, but look, but people.
Why would you do that though? You're supposed to be like, word, that's good. Celebrate it. But you didn't do that.
No, heck no. You over here. So you trying to tell me shorty came by?
I don't have no time for that, man. I don't got no time to be tying myself again and tying my energy to another individual while I'm still in this process. I'm not trying to do that. I gotta be at my best. You know what I'm saying? I am a king, and I need to be able to do what I gotta do to preserve my birthright. And my thing is that, you know, this was really good of what just happened because the way you responded to it, women need to listen up.
We got a caller.
You got a caller?
Talking Out Radio. Okay. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? This is Barack Lewis. Hello, Grace. How you doing?
Hello. How are you?
I'm great. So I'm just tuning into the show, and I see two gentlemen next to you. And to my surprise, I hear that a man is saying that he's healing.
You see? Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
To her surprise.
No, does she bash it though?
No,
but let her talk. Let her talk. Let's hear.
I'm going to talk. I'm going to be real fast. So I'm very surprised to hear a man say that because not a lot of men admit that that's what they're doing. And so I want to say that I truly respect that.
Thank you.
And because usually we don't hear men say that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's good that other black women who are listening hear that. I totally respect that because usually women are saying we're healing. There's things for us to tell us that we need to heal, but I never ever hear a black man say that.
Thank you.
And so I do respect that. I understand that, and that's good that you are doing that. And that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, caller.
See, that's what I wanted to hear from you, Grace.
Oh my God!
What I got from
Jay,
you
you're not
was-
really not bashing
Yeah,
you. I'm
right.
just giving you a hard time over here, but I really don't think that's a bad thing.
But not.
Great.
And I'm being a realist. Like she said, it's surprising.
But not only that, you gotta understand what happens though, and a lot of us need to be honest with ourselves as men. If we don't take the time to heal, then you go into another relationship situation
Jacked up.
carrying that same
Facts.
stuff.
And let me just say, let
Carrying that
me
same
say this.
stuff.
Talk to
You're
that.
also going to keep hurting. You won't keep hurting yourself. You can hurt people around you. And so,
Yes.
especially for a man, it's important that he is healed from whatever he's going through before he begins a relationship. A lot of us were born out of hurt
Yes.
people.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right? And so a lot of us were raised by hurt people because they didn't understand how to heal themselves. And now we're in a generation that it's okay to say that we're going to therapy, we are meditating, and blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, thank you.
Absolutely.
Grace, listen, I want to say this to Grace. Grace, listen to the show on Friday, okay? Because you know I'm on Friday.
All right,
So
you
make sure
got
you
it.
show Friday, I want you to call in, okay?
All right, you got it, hon. Thank you for calling.
No problem.
You know
Bye-bye.
what I just want to say also is that this wasn't something I was always doing. I did, like she said, I've hurt people. I've done terrible, like I've broken hearts for sure. You know what I mean? And in the meantime, I kept losing myself. You know, it comes a point in
Right.
time where a man has to know better and do better. You know what I mean? And that's just where I've grown to. You know what I mean? And so a lot of brothers, though, you know, they just haven't grown to that yet. They still
I agree,
chasing
but-
that.
I'm giving you a hard time, but that's
a lot of
what it
times,
is.
a lot of our people are not. A lot of our brothers are not aware of these things, man.
Yeah,
Just for the simple fact of us, like real talk. And I've done it for 3 years. Celibate. Real talk. This brother went on a celibate journey. You know what I mean? On your own, keeping yourself so you can mentally tap into what it is to really exist. Exist in a relationship without letting. I noticed in all my previous relationships, sex was the dominating force in all those relationships crumbled.
Right.
Because nothing for real was built. So I said, before I go into another relationship, I'm not touching that woman till I build what needs to be really solid and firm. Then we could go there because that's gonna be that regardless.
And on top of that, the sex is better, fellas, when you actually preserve yourself and first of all, you're more focused. This is actual science. When you actually save yourself from ejaculating, you know what I mean, and really keep yourself from doing that, you preserve your energy. If you're meditating or you're praying, you spark your pineal gland, you become more sharper, more focused. This is why a lot of athletes actually practice this. Muhammad Ali, Cam Newton, a lot of these people practice this so they could be better performers. When it's time to actually build with a woman, now you have a spiritual force with dropping some dick off. That's gonna be off the chain.
You done tapped in.
We need to have a segment on meditating.
That's what you call tapping in.
That's
Now
tapping
you're
in.
tapping in, and she gonna tap out.
I hope there's really, all jokes aside, giving you help,
And
but I
some
really
brothers
do
right
hope
now,
there's
some
some men
brothers right now
listening.
like these niggas.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm hoping. I want to hear from some guys. Guys, if you're listening, please call in and give us your opinion. 347-708-0216.
I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
We're going to take a quick break. I want to get some music in you guys' ears. When we come back, we got our question of the night. Why do fathers raise their boys differently from their girls? So I definitely want to talk about that with the fellas up here, guys. And then we're going to read our letter from a listener. So we got so much more coming up. Don't you guys go anywhere. This is Talk It Out Radio, and we'll be right back. Oh, I'll do this.
way I stroke it, into a slow motion. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Rock one. Y'all wanna see me do the slow motion? Me take it down here really in the ocean. Me wanna make plenty of love. Me show you how you do it, baby girl, you man a dog. Me got the good fire. Me come and do it, you can hear an Xia. Me come me kinda like Rod 28s when I ride, niggas know I'm not shy. Tell me what you wanna do, babe. You can hit me up on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, you could do it my way. Tell me what you wanna do, babe. We can hit it off on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We can even do it my way. Tell me what you wanna do, babe. 1+1 is me and you, babe. I love the way you do the nasty. Fuck you so good and I make you call me daddy. Hold on, wait a minute, let a real nigga get that. I'm going low and you bet I'm gonna kiss that. I'ma break you off like a Kit Kat. When you know you leave and I miss it. Hold up on your body, girl, you know I need you. When it's time to go, I don't wanna leave you. Just tell me where you wanna be, and I can give you all of me, girl. No, hey, 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 no, no. Hey, just tell me where you wanna be.
Lil Medic Beats.
What you wanna do, babe? You can hit me up on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, you can do it my way. Tell me what you wanna do, babe. We can hit it off on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We can even do it my way. I wake up in the morning, praise the Lord and give him homage. Jesus is the answer if you think you got a problem. If the devil causing drama, all you gotta do is holler. Bet the Holy Ghost come to us, snatch him by the collar. Cause there's levels to this power and the devil at the bottom. Yahweh's the way, and yo, that's my motto. The Lord's my shepherd, he leads, I follow. Let's go. You the reason why my arms gotta wave when I praise. You the reason why I'm blessed living all of these days. And you the reason why my record's getting all of these plays. You the reason why my son and daughter call me daddy. You the reason why my life and all I'm living happy. You the reason why my blessings keep coming at me. And you the reason why I went from ashy to classy and still. You're the reason why I live. You're the reason why I dance. You're the reason why I'm saved. Oh Lord, oh Lord. You're the reason why G&G poppin' like it is. Glory be to God, yeah, we do it for the kids, for the brothers and the sisters locked up doing bids, and everybody else they need motivation to live. Broke this at your job, in your car, at your crib. G&G music, yeah, we doing it again. We got the Holy Ghost connection, so we guaranteed to win. Jesus is the reason, give this track another spin. Let's go. You're the reason why I breathe. You're the reason why I sing. You're the reason why I'm here. Oh Lord, oh Lord. You're the reason why I live. You're the reason why I dance.
King Jehoshaphat. The reason, guys, you are still tuning in to Talk It Out Radio with me, Grace the Stallion, right here on iAccess Radio Station, guys. And I got a special announcement for you guys that's tuning in. iAccess Radio team is looking for intern professional audio engineers, film editors, social media experts, bloggers, vloggers, filmmakers, production assistants, and office studio managers. If you are interested in any of those, guys, please inquire at info@iaccessradio@gmail.com. That's info@iaccessradio@gmail.com. This station is hot. We have some of the best independent radio shows right here in the studio. On Saturdays, we got Let's Be Clear from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We got Big Rich the Ruler from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. And then the Violators on Saturday, Unlimited from 3 p.m. to 5. Every other Saturday, you got Love and Lust with Red Spice and Wiz from 5 to 7 p.m. Tuesdays, you got me, Talk It Out Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. Thursday, you got Rich Radio from 8 to 10 p.m. And every other Friday, The Great Debate from 8 to 10 and the Sisterhood Radio Show from 8 to 10. So make sure you show love, guys. If you download the iAccess Radio app, you can tune into any of these shows during the time that they're on. Just go and log on to the website. It will also give you all the times that these shows are here. Of course, Talk It Out is right now. So we are coming back to our show. If you're just tuning in, shame on you. You guys are missing a great talk with the fellas up here. We got the Moving Target show in the building all the way from CT. Let's welcome the guys back to the show.
What's good?
What's good? Before we went to break, we was getting on Jay a little bit over here, but
you was.
Oh, he gotta put it all on me.
You were showing the best display of toxic femininity, and I'm telling you, I'm using this for future references.
Oh God, don't do that to me, Jay. I really don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's a weird thing. A lot of guys don't do it, so I had to, I had to give you a hard time.
I think we're gonna play this back and see you were dead serious.
I was dead serious, but as far as joking, dead serious, yeah. But I'm not. I think that's a great thing. Like I told you last week when you gave me that response about your ex, I was kind of blown away. Like, wow, those guys would have been like, let me get some and send it back home.
Nah, I'm good.
Jay was on a different level, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But I had to pull your chain here a little bit on Talk It Out Radio. Yeah. Before we went to break, guys, I was asking the question about why do fathers raise their daughters differently from their sons? When I was growing up, my stepdad, my mom passed when I was 13, so I was raised by my stepdad, and he was really strict. He was Jamaican, really strict, and I couldn't do anything, and I was the oldest, and I couldn't do anything, but my brother 3 years younger could do whatever he wanted, and I had to be in the house by 10, 11 at night. I'm 17, 18 years old when I got a 10 o'clock curfew, but my brother could do what he wanted, and so when I would always question my dad, like, this is not fair, and why do I get so much more strictness? And he's just like, because your brother can't come home pregnant. And that was his response. And I used to get pissed, like, well, he can get somebody pregnant. He goes, yeah, but that's that girl and her mother's problem. I was like, what? He's like, I'm not saying he would be a deadbeat, but let's be real. 9 times out of 10, the child goes home with the mother.
Most of the time.
So he's like, that is that girl and her mother's problem. He can't bring home that baby. I'll see that baby periodically. She'll be with that child 24/7. He's like, so you're living in my household, you come home pregnant, I gotta deal with that. Not happening. Like, so, and I used to get so mad, and we would debate for like hours, and it was always a lose-lose. But that always stuck with me. He had his rules of what women should do and what men should do. Women clean the inside of the house, so I had to wash dishes, fold the clothes, cook dinner, help babysit my brothers. The men, they took care of washing the cars, raking the yard, taking the trash out, make sure the house is fixed up. That's his idea of the women and men roles. He felt like we were totally different. So I know there are some people that agree with that, some people that don't. But you guys are here. I definitely want to get your opinion. Remedy, you want to jump on that?
I think we've fallen into certain categories in the society we live in, where men do this, women do that. I think we raise our sons differently. I do have a son. I got a son and 3 daughters. I think we raise our sons differently to put them in a certain space, because normally men are the ones that go out into the world and deal with most of the chaos. We're the protectors. You know what I mean? Supposed to be the protectors, supposed to be the providers, and definitely supposed to be the front line at all times. So you have to have a certain space. We've seen that flip a little bit. flip a lot of bit. And I think that's a shame. And I think that's a shame, and it's at the detriment of our village.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you know, and we apologize to, that's part of healing, to our queens that we have failed, to our village that we have failed as men, as supposed to be the kings and protect. We failed our village, man. So in identifying with that, we're trying to now raise our young men with certain standards, with the understanding that you need to heal. You need to heal, son. Sit down and heal.
But
like
do
real
men
talk.
really teach that to their boys? Most men are like, you don't cry.
Well,
normally
no.
This is
Normally
Move
no.
on. That's
Yeah.
the stuff that men get
I will
taught.
say that you know, maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little more than 5 years ago, if I had a son, I probably wouldn't have been at my best for him, because I probably would have trained him differently, because I felt like you do have to have these masculine, you know, traits that are more dominant, where you got to be a provider, protector, and you can't show emotion. It was only until I actually understood the masculine energy, as I always knew it because I live it, I'm alpha male, but I also had to understand the feminine energy that does exist in me that I need to be able to tap into for the sake of my queen. You understand? So I could be able to flow with her. I gotta be able to tap into that feminine energy. And the problem is, in the days that we live in now, you have a lot of brothers who have not been able to tap into that, so they're under this false notion of what a man is supposed to be and do, and women too. And so they start to train their young boys to come up that way. In some ways, it's good in the time that we live in, because I feel a lot of men are becoming very beta. A lot of men are losing that masculine dominant trait and are becoming more passive.
Twinkie
and are
feeling.
be able to, they got,
Twinkie
you know,
feeling, man.
That's a lot of what happens. And so in some ways, I think it's good to still have the raising up of a young boy to know that you are protector and provider. You are the
Gotta
one
have it.
that should be able to hold yourself strong when you are dealing with emotions and stuff like that. But there's another, as we grow and as we learn in society about people and about just the way we function and how we've been raised from the olden days, we need to start shifting that. And we got to start shifting that to a place where now, men, we start to say, look, son, I know you feel sad. Here's how you deal with that. I know you hurt.
Right.
Here's how you deal with that. This situation with Kobe, this tragedy with Kobe, brought so many men to a place where we were vulnerable with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I spoke to brothers that openly said, I cried. I've actually hurt. I grabbed my children and cried with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a beautiful thing to see. So it's like, we do have to keep training our young boys in a time that, and this will probably go out there in the world. If Moving Target blows up, I'll probably get cancel culture for this. But we are raising up too many young boys to be way too feminine and way too soft, to the point where these women are now having the masculine role and these men are having this feminine
Right.
role. They could actually sit in that house and do nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
but see, the thing about it that really, real quick on that, the thing about it that really needs to be understand is you can still be an alpha male and understand that you can cry. You can still be an alpha male and understand that you have these emotions. It don't make you soft.
No.
It don't make you less of a man to sincerely go to your woman and say, baby, I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm truly, instead of just being like, nah, whatever happened.
But that's why I don't understand why we raise them differently. Can't you raise the girl and the boy to be just tough, just both tough, and be both emotional, and be both loving, and be both like, you know?
But you can't.
Why can't they both be taught the same things?
Because I think there's a difference. The reason why there's a difference is because, again, there's a masculine energy that is natural, that it is innately in a man. It's there. Same with a woman. So I believe that there's certain ways that you have to be able to teach and train a young boy and teach and train a young girl to be able to navigate society with that feminine energy without being completely away from it. You know what I'm saying? And it's done differently. I just think it's done differently. But the problem is you got too many fathers that are raising their young boys the same way their fathers raised them.
Right.
And the same way their fathers raised them.
Right.
And this is the reason why it takes brothers like myself, Brother Remedy, and other brothers to be able to say, hold up, we need to redefine what masculinity, not what masculinity is, redefine how we want to raise our sons to understand masculinity.
And absolutely redefine the understanding of masculinity.
Because there's too many people, sorry Rem, but there's too many people. The word toxic masculinity was hijacked by alphabet people. This is my opinion. I know people are going to hate me, but I believe that term was hijacked by feminists and alphabet people to now make masculinity itself toxic. Masculinity is not toxic. Toxic masculinity is toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So when you want to say for a young boy that you can't cry because that's soft, or for even women believe that too. Mm-hmm. Why are you crying? Men don't do that. That's soft. Mm-hmm. That's toxic masculinity. Masculinity is, I know that I don't make a lot of money, but I'm going to spiritually lead my family. I'm going to spiritually provide for my family, and God's going to make a way for me to be able to financially provide for my family, because that's my role. That's healthy. That's good masculinity. A boy needs to be raised with that understanding. But if we keep talking about toxic masculinity, you now start to make the term masculinity itself negative. You can't do that. There has to be the other side of the conversation. And fathers need to really start to help young men, first themselves, but then help young boys, have them learn and understand what masculinity truly is, not based off of patriarchal views from back in the day.
Okay. And let me say this too, sis. Let me, to add to that, I do just want to make sure I interject this here, that you're talking with brothers that have for years and are still, we've struggled with things. You know what I mean? We're not sitting up here trying to act like we got it all mastered. You know what I mean? We're humbly on this journey and striving to get better and be better. My first two kids, my son and I had my son first and then my daughter. I didn't have the best relationship with them. I had them when I was young, and I can see in them now where we got a beautiful relationship now. But I can see in them now where, because of the trauma and the things that I went through in my life, that I wasn't always there for them. You know what I mean? Right. And I could see some of the toxic things that society present is in them, that we work on now and we build on now. You know what I mean? But it's hard. It's a hard thing.
We have Matt Allgood, another one of our Talk It Out artists. He's a singer. He says you can't build a new house with the bricks from the old one. Set the new standard.
Yes, brother.
Peace,
set
Matt.
the new standard and really start to redefine this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like but there's something that your father did do that I agree with. While I don't see anything less masculine just because you're cleaning in the house, I do believe that a man should be able to, and I'm guilty of not being the most handy man. I'll call up the one that is though, and I'll say, "Yo, come through. I need you to fix this roof." You know what I mean?
Right. But you take care of it.
But I take care of it.
Right.
But I do believe that there's a value in young boys learning how to do those things around the house,
right,
and stuff like that.
It's a high value in that, man. And not only that, you know what I mean, when men get their places, or young men, when they get their places, when you're a young man and you're dating or courting a woman or whatever like that, and she sees that you really know how to clean, when you really are a cleanly person and you know how to clean, I've seen it. I've witnessed it. You know what I mean? When they come in and they look and they like, for bathroom sparkling, and not just because you was coming over.
No, that's how I keep my place.
This is the standard.
You gotta be
clean. It's the standard. Yes. You know what I mean? It says something.
I agree, and it stuck with me. Like even till now, I'm stuck in my ways. I'm like, y'all see how dirty my car is? I'm not washing that. Not if I got a man though. That's his job. That's how I think. I'm not taking the trash out. That's his job. Mm-hmm. That's how I really feel in real life. Now I do my part, you do your part, and we're good. But I mean, I know we can both do both. I just feel like the separation of roles, it helps with me.
And what makes it work is knowing your partner.
Right.
That's what makes these things work. If you got a progressive woman that wants to go out and she'll work 12 hours a day, she should be allowed to do that. Right. So you as a man, if you know you love a woman that's in the house that's gonna cook, when you come home, see, that's one of the things, listen, when I come home, nose is smelling. Only thing I want to smell is the stove. jumping. You know what I mean? If I'm fortunate enough to have that, but you as a man, you can't get in a relationship with a progressive woman, then go into turmoil because the stove cold when you get home, bruh. She been working.
See,
that.
One thing I'll give my father is my father was very big on making sure. I guess he had friends that just waited for their woman or their mother to cook. And my father was very big. By the time I was 7, I was cooking my own food.
Right. See, that was a blessing.
My father was big on, no, you cook for yourself. Don't let me hear you asking for your mother for some food. And I'm like, I'm 6. You know what I mean? Like, what you want me to cook? So, but yeah, that was very important. And then another thing for young brothers to know, for when you talk about gender roles is, yo, man, you need to have your own place in your own bills at least for 2 years before you get into any relationship.
Wow.
Because too many brothers are going from their mothers.
Preach.
And then maybe having a couple roommates, but then going into living with a girl.
Preach.
And they never had their own place. And it's like, yo, you need that. You need to be able to instill that into our young boys to say, yo, and we did a show on this where we had the women and the men come on and we made a new list and we brought women into it so it's not biased. A new universal list of redefining what masculinity is in today's society. And I kid you not, there was a sister up there who was a therapist and did not want us to use the word manhood or masculinity.
Why?
Because society broke her ass down. Let's just keep it 100. Society broke her down and told her, yo, these words gotta go.
And she's basically saying, well, you can't assign that to a young boy who doesn't. Listen, I'm not homophobic, but you best believe I am going to protect my young boys from thinking that they can call themselves anything other than a man. Growing into a man. Now, if later you get older and you say, listen, I don't want to be a man, I want to be a woman. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to disown my son. But when I raise you, I'm going to raise you as a man. I'm going to raise you as a man with masculine energy, and you're going to live like that. And you're still going to understand your feminine energy that's in there. You know what I mean? Because you need that when you really want to connect with a woman.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's balance.
It's balance.
It's balance.
You guys can still call in if you want to give your 2 cents on our topic, 347-708-0216. But I want to jump into our letter from a listener. We have every week on our show. This one came from a woman who was listening a few weeks ago. I think it was last week or maybe the week before when I was mentioning about women taking responsibility. You know, we see almost in the news every day where a female is accusing a guy of sexual misconduct. You know, he had sex with her and she didn't want it, or he raped her, whatever the case may be. Now, and we were discussing or
groped her,
real victims versus the ones that really aren't victims because you put yourself in that situation.
Right.
And I know it probably made some women upset, but I had a female that wrote us who actually agreed. I agree. I mean, I think we're ruining a lot of guys' lives with those accusations when women need to be held just as accountable as these men are. Not every situation, but the ones where it's like, oh, well, I went back to his room and we were drinking and then I must have passed out and then he did whatever. Like, boo, look at what you did to get to that point, so it's like we try to you can't, my point was you can't bring a man all the way to that point and then be like, oh no, I don't want it, when you told him every single sign you gave him was I want it. So
at the end, I'm sorry, when it gets to that point, if she shut down and say no, son, you gotta go.
Listen,
you got to go.
Let's listen. So this woman wrote us a letter and she gave her story of how it happened with her. She says, I was listening to your show last week when you made a comment about women taking responsibility for their actions that sometimes give off the wrong signals to men that lead to unwanted sex. That woman later on says was rape or misconduct. She says, and I must say I agree with you, speaking from experience. I have been in that predicament where I constantly enticed a friend of mine who I did not like sexually but knew he was into me, and I would be flirty with him just for fun, dressing half naked when he came around because I didn't think it was a big deal, and I would give him attention. She said, I know I shouldn't have been giving him this attention because he would take it as a green light. She says, again, I wasn't attracted to him, but I liked the attention he gave, the things he did for me, and how attracted I knew he was to me. Then one night we were hanging out out drinking and smoking, and I got comfortable. I put on a t-shirt with nothing underneath, and I fell asleep. She says, then sometime in the middle of the night, I woke up with his face between my legs. I started freaking out, telling him to get off me. Then I felt his tongue down there. She says, so I tried to stop him, but at the same time, it felt good. So I eventually stopped fighting as much, telling myself that I didn't want to go any further than that. She says, but of course, that was just the beginning. She says that was just the beginning. She said he then tried to have sex with me, and that I definitely didn't want. So I began telling him to stop and again pushing him away. But of course, he didn't listen. Why would he? I gave every sign that I wanted this. I wanted it up to this part. She says, I kept pushing him and hitting him and asking him to stop, but he ignored it until he was finished.
Oh, nah.
Afterwards, all I could do was lay there and feel disgusted. He could tell by my face that he went too far, and after a few moments of awkward silence, he left. A few days later, we talked about it, and he apologized, but he stated he thought, based on my behavior, that I wanted it. She says our friendship has never again been the same since. So again, I agree that women need to be held accountable for their actions. I was just as wrong as he was. How could I call that rape when I gave all the wrong signals?
Okay,
Anonymous.
nah, hold up, bro. Hold up.
Oh God.
First of all, let's say to the listener, to the woman that wrote that letter, if you're still listening, that I'm sorry that you had to go through that and experience that. So, the thing about it is that she could understand and see where she went wrong in that situation. However, any man that is hit, listen. When that woman say, I don't care what she did, when she say no, you shut down.
That's it.
There's no discussion. I don't care what type. See, we gotta look at ourselves. See, man, you gotta learn something. You gotta learn when that's happening to you.
So I
don't think he picked up on it.
But listen.
If she let him give her head, and first she was fighting him, then she stopped him. He's probably thinking she's just doing this again, like she likes to say stop.
Now, don't get me wrong.
But don't mean it.
Don't get me wrong. I love the whole role playing. I love the role playing. I love the whole.
But how do you know when she's not playing?
My thing is this: is that if
we know.
Yeah, I'm about to say you know when it's dead serious of like stop. Now, granted, if she's sitting there and she's like laughing while she's saying, "Come on, no, stop," and he's still going in, but the fact is she's hitting him.
Right.
What she was describing,
right.
I don't need to know nothing else. Oh, no, are you good? Are we playing right now? You good? I've been in the situation. Yeah, he was wrong.
He was wrong.
You were wrong, bro, and you lost your cool. And I'm really saddened that she not only experienced that, but I'm saddened that she's even taking any type of responsibility.
Right.
No.
Right.
No responsibility should she take in no kind of way. I don't care what you did.
Right. So you think that as a man, you guys are saying it's that easy to just stop?
Yes. It's easy. If she said no, it's easy.
I'm saying
now,
that.
am I going to? I going to rub one out as soon as I get home? Best believe it.
For real.
But at that time, no, I'm good.
But I'm not even.
You don't think she was wrong?
I might not even go home. I'm gonna stop. And then when you go to sleep, I might bust one off on your back, on your head, or whatever. Cause you got wrong for doing that to me, though.
You just after assaulted her.
Yes.
That's
call in, guys. 347-708-0216.
I'm pretty sure that if she woke up with jizz on her back and was like, "What the hell?" I'm pretty sure she's not gonna be like, "Oh, good thing he didn't do it while I was awake."
Going to jail for
He waited until I slept.
I do think that was going too far. He should have stopped.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is not that he wasn't wrong. I just feel like women, we should not put men in that predicament to even get to that point where you have to do that to him in the first place.
We gotta raise.
You knew you did not want this man sexually. Why are you inviting him in your bedroom?
I agree with that, though.
Naked?
But
no,
let me just,
not.
and we have to raise our. I agree with you. We have to raise our daughters to understand.
Hold on, the number again. 347-708-0216. 347-708-0216.
We have to raise our daughters to understand the type of world that we live in. This is period. And our young men. if you don't want certain type of trouble, the best way to not have that trouble is to keep yourself
Is to keep a contract on you for her to sign at the beginning of the date.
with a permanent marker.
Yeah, and then there should be a time, like after 2 hours, should the date be going well, check yes for sex, check no for no.
You don't think she was wrong for leading him to that well?
No.
And then not letting him drink?
I don't care what she did. I don't care what she did. When she said no, stop.
We got a caller. Caller, this is Talking Out Radio. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Symphony Swing from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Hey, Symphony from Bridgeport. What you got for us?
All right, look, I'm going to start off this by saying rape obviously is not good, right? But Grace, you make a great point. Fellas, I think you guys are putting a little bit too much mustard on it. Obviously, I heard what Grace said earlier. If the girl enticed the guy to do that, and plus, we don't know just how much she's pushing the guy off. Right? We're just literally just reading into the letter. Right. But no woman should try to put anybody in that situation simply because of attention. Look, you guys are older than 30, I'm assuming.
Right.
We all know that common sense should not elude us that much. That's childish.
Right.
So that's
why does she not get any of the blame? That's funny.
So check this out, bro. Hold on. So check this out. I agree with you 100%, right? So it goes through different levels to it. So like I was starting to say, we have to raise our daughters to understand that that's not good. That's not cool. However, though,
absolutely,
when it comes to that point where she literally is saying no, hitting the person,
based off the letter,
based off the letter.
Right. We are only reading the letter, so based off the letter,
when she does that, you shut down.
You gotta shut that down.
You shut down. So in that level of it, no, she doesn't bear any responsibility. But before all of that, yes we have to raise our daughters. We gotta raise our women. Have to know that if you go to a club where the dudes are unruly, borderline savage, and you wearing shorts with your butt hanging out, one of the savages might slap you on your ass. You know where you going. When you literally entice that dude, you putting yourself in a sticky situation.
I'm saying. She was wrong for that. That would have never happened if she did not bring him to that well.
Check it. And listen, she said that when you put his head between her legs, she said stop, but it felt good. But when he wanted to have pleasure himself, she was like, oh no, I just want to know if you would take the bait. No, I'm good.
But brother, let me ask you this though. You do know and I'm assuming if based off of what she said, she's hitting you, telling you no, as much as you're like, what? You're gonna stop.
You're gonna stop. And you gotta take it on the chin like, yo, she got me.
But
she
guys.
So what I'm saying she has no responsibility for, and he is dead wrong, is when she was hitting him saying no and he kept going, wrong.
Yes,
I'm not
wrong.
Right. That's what
Okay. Can I ask you guys a question?
Leading up to that,
can I ask you guys a question? Let's keep it real here.
Yes, sir.
We all have been in relationships prior, right? We grown. You've been in an argument with your girl or man, and y'all ain't talking, and someone comes in looking sexy. You know what I'm saying? You jump on the next person, like, stop, I don't want, stop, but they really want to carry on. You know what I'm saying?
That's the role playing that I was talking about.
No, but not even role playing. But look, not role playing. That's not role playing. What that is though is that man knows that woman, and women have a way of saying no. And when you know that woman, they have a way of saying no, but still.
But the young lady said that was her friend. Don't you think that she would at least be comfortable enough to do all that if she would have known the measures that this gentleman would take? You know, that's her friend. It wasn't just a random guy. Obviously, he felt comfortable enough because she felt comfortable enough. It's just common sense. It's just common sense.
But off the letter, brother, off the letter though, she said she started when he wanted to penetrate her, she started saying no and literally started hitting him.
And that's what I'm saying right there. that is wrong.
That's wrong.
And you
and
really
like,
can't
like
deny
someone
that.
else just said, not every man has the same limits. You guys might be tough as nails and be like, oh, I'm jumping off. A lot of guys, once they get in that zone, they really just black out. They in that mood.
Well, blacking out is not. Well, you don't want to take it that far, but still.
They're in a zone.
I don't give a fuck.
They're in a zone. And it's feeling good to them. He's been waiting for it for a long time. His mind is in a different place.
This good brother that's on the phone and us right here, we know that we would stop.
Well, then
that's the importance. But like you said, but that's the importance of how we raise our daughters, to know that there are men out there like that. Don't put yourself in that type of situation.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
You don't cut yourself on the
arm and that's what I see. But that's my only gripe with the gentlemen. You guys are saying guys like that. You know, it's like there's no onus on the situation to the woman. It seems like at the end of the day, it all ends with the man.
No, the only thing that we said is no onus is only at the point where she said she was hitting him saying no. That is not on her of why he kept going.
Right.
He needs to know that's full responsibility on him to stop. Now, the how she carried herself, the baiting and all that, I never took ownership.
Yeah, she's even saying she was wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that's why their friendship changed, because she knew she didn't want that. He knew he was wrong. She knew he was wrong.
Right, and it was weird.
She was also wrong. So now it's awkward.
Yeah,
right.
She knew she
they were
wrong.
both wrong.
But in the situation, for any other brother who's in that situation and she's saying no, you have got to stop, bro.
You gotta stop.
Right.
That is not on her. It's on you. I don't care what she did. Right now, she's saying no and hitting you. You gotta stop.
Right, I agree. But again, in society, in the real world, they don't put anything on the women. They just say, "Oh, the man, he raped her." They don't say anything that led up to the rape. They just make it sound like he grabbed her, brought her in the house, and took it. And that's not what happened.
Right, and
she gets no responsibility for her actions.
That should be explained. But I think when you're dealing with it on that level, you're dealing with the rape. You're not, you know what I'm saying? So regardless, yes, she's wrong for that, and she need to be schooled on that, and our women can't be doing stuff like that. But now, when we're dealing with it on that level where the onus is like put on the man, that's because the rape transpired.
So guys, I end it like this. You say that we have to teach her, because I just 6 days ago brought in my wife brought in a new daughter into the world. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. So this intrigues me as well, but let's say this, or can we say this? Fellas, women, let's try to make sure our children or girls don't, deal with men like that. And also, women, let's not put yourself in situations for attention or for money or for whatever, because again, it is always a two-way street.
Yes, sir.
You gotta bring in both parts. You can't just go, "Oh, he raped her." You gotta talk about what led up to it and what both parties did wrong.
No,
absolutely. Because in his mind, he could have literally thought it was just a intimate. Exactly. Because think about it. She came downstairs like a Dina Howard with t-shirt and panties on. Come on now.
No panties on.
But look,
no panties
she was she was absolutely dead wrong for all of that, bro. But
it's not being excused, and I think you keep coming back to it being excused. It's not. So we could agree on that part. The only thing we're saying is, and I have to say this to my young men, my young boys, when she says no,
it's done.
It is done.
It has to be done.
So when we're talking about the rape, I don't care if a young boy said to me, "Yo, yeah, I did do it, Jay. I did do it because she did this, that, and the third." Did she say no? Yeah, but she did this, that, and the third. Did she say no? Yes, then you should have stopped.
I don't care if she let you put it in one time. I don't care if she let you stroke it one time, bro. But real talk, I don't care if she let you stroke it one time.
I would definitely cuss her out. I would put her on there, you fucking bitch.
Yes. Yo, when she start like real, and I don't think any women, I don't think there's no women. Women have a way of saying no, but still pull you in when they want it like that. They say no, grab your hand, pull you closer. That's the playful thing. When she like no, damn it. When she like God damn it, no.
Just the tip.
She put the both of them in very, a very peculiar situation, very sticky situation.
It is.
Hey, brother, thank you for calling through, man. Congratulations on your baby girl, man.
Thank you, brother.
Connect thoughts with us. You in Bridgeport? Connect thoughts with us. We in New Haven, man. Target Podcast. Connect with us, good
7 p.m. on Sundays.
Hey, I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Peace.
No, and the thing about it is, so the danger of now saying, okay, the rape occurred, but what did you do leading up to it, is you start to victim blame. And I know women who have been raped. It's a very difficult thing, and there is onus that they take of what led up to it, to the point where they blame themselves their whole lives for that
trauma.
But the fact of the matter is, they always have to come to a clarity to understand that man should have stopped when you said no matter what. Period.
100%.
No matter you don't need to take responsibility in that. What. However, there does need to be more of a focus and intention on how women are carrying themselves leading up to those situations. And the reason why they're not doing it in the mass media is because that now becomes a victim blaming narrative, which a lot of men will jump right on and say, oh, look, she was doing this and that. Aren't they teaching y'all to not do that? And now, so it's like, there is no justification, no onus of responsibility on the rape. However, the fact that you carried yourself in such a way and put yourself in that situation, you do have to own that. You have to
accept responsibility.
You do have to own that.
So now, how do we bridge that gap? How do we talk to women about their part and how some of this sexual misconduct happens?
We don't. Y'all do.
He said we don't. Y'all do. But it's going to be seen the same way. Women are like, oh, she's victim blaming. And I'm speaking from experience. I have been there, molested and raped growing up my whole life. So I know. But I was a victim. I don't put myself in that predicament where I'm going to have that happen. And if I do, I kind of feel like her. Like, well, I should have been smarter not to do that to myself. Not saying what he did was right, but I have half of that blame. And I'm just saying women need to stop and think before they do these things for the wrong reasons. Like, she was doing it for attention because she liked the attention he gave her. They were good friends. But she crossed that friendship line.
I wouldn't in that sense of it though, I wouldn't try to put no half on it or anything like that, right? Because we talking about an act, man, that shouldn't happen to no one. I agree. See what I'm saying? We talking about an act that really, if I had the opportunity, man, it'd be a lot of people that with their heads cut off. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? With their heads cut off. So that's that. However, though, we gotta raise our women and our children. Women gotta be raised with awareness. They have to have some type of awareness that the responsibility means you are responsible to yourself.
Now, just to be clear though on something. There are a lot of women, especially for people men of higher position, that are using the Me Too movement in such a way where, as soon as you asked me out on a date, and happened to rub up against me by mistake, that right there, I can run with that. And the problem is, as soon as you accuse me, it doesn't matter what I said. I'm automatically
you're done.
Demonized.
Tarnished. It's true. And
you know what this girl told me? Let me ask y'all this. Let me tell y'all what this woman told me, right? Because we got into I got cussed out when I said women need to accept some responsibility, right? A woman told me if a woman goes to a club and she's dancing with a man and gyrating on him, that man needs to still ask her if he can touch her.
True. It's true.
So if she's gyrating on him, he still needs to go, hey, you gyrating on all my parts, but hey, Can I touch it?
Touch
now?
her like,
Can I
touch her like in a
touch your hips.
No, you're dancing. I mean, that's kind of implied. He's holding her waist.
Thighs,
She's dancing.
thighs,
That's a little
touching your
different.
thighs,
But if he's trying to touch private parts and go in her skirt, that's
no.
This how I be right here. This how I be.
You're
This how I be.
No.
You're not gonna rape nobody on the floor.
I'm not touching nobody.
I
I'm
hear
good.
that.
I'm like
She shouldn't be
Listen,
doing
man.
that.
and I got
then.
contracts.
Listen, man.
I'm telling you, man,
Listen, man.
you need to have consent signed.
Look.
That goes
men
along
got
with
it
the
rough.
pre-dates.
Y'all got it rough.
If this graduates from a pre-date to a date, I got a contract already set.
Y'all got it rough.
The thing about it is
Y'all
that
telling men to just
people
she can do whatever, but we can't do
Now
it.
look, see, this is foul.
That's the world we live in,
What
unfortunately.
people really don't understand anymore is there is such language as body language. You don't speak the words, but your body gives an action. Your body tells somebody something. The way women lean into men, the way a man will sit and hold his hands, or whatever the case may be. You have body language for a reason. Women have to understand. If you go to a club and you're dancing and you're gyrating on that man, your body language said I could touch you, babe. Now you're not trying to, like you said, go up the skirts and different stuff like that.
Right.
But your body language said it's on and popping.
Right.
And that should be understood.
Right.
Come on.
But
I wish they would.
She flips
Especially
it
if you
somehow.
at a Jamaican club.
I was told.
You dancing at a Jamaican club?
Look, Jack,
I wish you would tell me to not touch you.
I was
Oh
told
my
if
God.
you touch that woman, you're part of rape culture.
Okay, yes.
crazy.
Now let me. We had
Come on,
some.
man.
That's just taking it too far.
It's taking it way too far. Now, I don't think people really understand, rape culture and what it really means. I don't believe we live in a country that openly condones rape. What I will say is that mass media has definitely familiarized us with scenes of women being assaulted in sometimes a sexual way that looks entertaining.
Very true.
Even as a kid coming up, I saw a lot of movies like that, right?
Yep.
But at the same time, man, complimenting a woman when she's walking by is not part of rape culture, which we've been told. We had a woman on our show tell us that was part of rape culture, just complimenting.
Y'all got it hard. Y'all got it real hard.
This is insane.
Y'all got it real hard. I mean, this could go on forever. But I want to do something fun coming up before we get up out of here, guys. We're going to take another quick break so get some music in your ears. But we have our famous Keep or a Cut game, and I'm going to play that with my guest.
Okay.
So when we come back, we got a Keep or a Cut for you guys, and then a little bit of news and gossip before we get up out of here.
Word.
So don't go anywhere. Talk It Out Radio. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
For real. What's on your mind? If I read the email, I can be rewriting this shit so I can read it.
And more ways at the Talk It Out show. What's on your mind? Do you have some time? I wanna let you know you can call Grace at the Talk It Out show.
She got a real hero. She's a natural beauty. She's a natural beauty. I've been looking at you all day. I've been looking at you all day long. Can we gotta go shopping? Look good with anything up. You poppin'. You're my only option. When I see you, my steps, girl. Cause you look so beautiful. I'm on my girl. The only thing I'm on my girl. I think about you all the time, girl. Cause you're such an amazing sight. And I'm really gonna take my time. Cause I need you in my life, girl. She ain't got no makeup kid. She ain't got no Photoshop, and she got no don't know what to do, girl, but I know that I really need you. The second that I saw you, I was caught up. You really had me caught up. I can tell that you're a boss chick. The second that I saw you, I couldn't lose sight of you. I think that you can be the one. She got a makeup kid, she got a Photoshop, and she got a hair on. She's a natural beauty. Yes, you are, baby. She's a natural beauty. Yes, you are, girl.
No makeup, no foundation, cake up. I woke up like this, flawless when I wake up. Sweet with a big heart, thick little cutie. Natural beauty, that's how you view me. Remember the first time we met each other. The vibe had me lit so shy like no other. We locked eyes when I stepped in the spot, and in that moment felt like the world stopped for a minute. Just a minute for you and I. Had you mesmerized as soon as I walked by, then I want to smile. It was a rap just like that. He quickly said, baby girl, come to the back so we can have one-on-one time. So we could chill and feel each other out like natural lipstick, natural hips back there sitting nice. I'm your type, I'm what you like.
She got a makeup kid, she got a Photoshop, and she got a hair on. She's a natural beauty. Yes, you are, baby. She's a natural beauty. Yes, you are, girl. Natural beauty. Yes, you are. A natural beauty. Yes, you are. A natural beauty. Yes, you are. A natural beauty. Yes, you are.
Soup Nation.
I used to dream that I'm making on this rap scene. Shot at the top 10 Billboard top spot. I had my face in every magazine chapter. Yo, jean jacket got 3 patches. This mean ratchet got a beam matcher. Yo, bleed faster than a motherfucking bitch on that maxi ThinkPad. Obscene battles on the scene battle for couple teen adults that seem shallow. I'll eat these niggas like a bunch of fucking green apples. I swing at ya, I bring some. Quit frontin', you fuck niggas. Forget that, you fuck niggas. Mama rapping, fuck niggas. Be a dance, just skinny pants. You don't stand a chance to fuck with us. Pull up in that tinted van, throw your ass in, now you stuck with us. I got a little time and a lot of talent. You got a little mind and a little balance. You back. Got guns, cocksuckers, spray something. No funds, pussy nigga, make something. No lungs, cause I come straight puncture. No gums, cause I come face punching. No stomach, cause I come straight gutted. No bitch, cause I come straight smutted. No chain, cause I come straight running. Back door where these niggas stay running. Roads to the riches, the mogul, I'm cruising, I'm mobile. I'm over your city, my goal is to make it right over the 50 million mark before I go turning to 50. Now 50 cent, I'm in the age of 50. You motherfuckers need to pay attention. Quit acting like you afraid to listen. Goddamn motherfucker, wait a minute. Yeah. Yo, Soup Nation shit. Damn, ill, let me get them great. I'ma serve these niggas like a dinner plate. Fuel me up so I can generate. Then I back a bitch, she let me penetrate. I got head too and her heels clicking. Damn, I feel like Bill Clinton. Taking shots with a steel clipping. And I'm riding dirty and I'm still whipping. Like, whoa, all y'all niggas hitting that folk. And they be moving that dope, but do not provoke. Cause they keep a gun in they coat. Fuck a running, you gonna get smoke. I got shorties on deck and they in the winning. They so independent, I'ma independent. I'ma throw it back and I'ma hit it. I'ma get it. I'ma lick it. Goddamn, I never lose my stamina. Bitch, go get your camera. Record this shit and make a sex tape. And I don't give a fuck what your ex think. I'm a cheat code, I go beast mode. Take your bitch, she got repo. Back shots, then reload. And I'ma give her back cause I don't keep hoes.
Money Mel, man. C9. Listen, I got a bitch twerking on my nerves, working on my last perk. And her titty small, but her ass perky. Don't believe me, watch how I work it. Niggas waiting for the translation. What I'm trying to say is I ain't got no patience when I'm on the perks. And she getting naked, getting on my nerves, but her body blazing. So I'm blazing it up, hit it from the back, then I lay it in the front. Got Patron in my cup, plus haze in the blunt. If you ever see me with my nigga, they say what up. I know a few bloods, but I stay in the cut. I eat a bitch out with my face in the butt, then I beat. Go to sleep, then I'm waking her up. I'm a weirdo, I like fat bitches on weird clothes. I don't care, yo, if you stare, yo. I got a dyke bitch with long hair though, but we don't claim when we share hoes. The East Atlantic, them red hoes. I go first in Maine and Dade and ill then nigga. Hold up. Y'all niggas already know I'm a beast. You can tell by the way that I flow on the beat. When it's mic in my hand, then I'm holding the heat. If a nigga got beef, then you know I'ma eat. To the niggas that say they controlling the streets, stop. Before you go and fuck around and get that ass beat, drop. Y'all niggas see how I bring the shit. My nigga Day come through on some shaking shit. My nigga Man come through, he gon' take your bitch and then he feed a dick until it make her sick. My nigga Ill come through, he gon' drink a fifth, taking shots of Henny like we taking sips. I ain't the nigga that you wanna be banging with, cause I stay on, but I can swing the fist.
Syndicate music worldwide. I'll be honest, no lie, like beast to a honey if you just let me fly. If you don't let me fly, I'm just gonna keep coming back till you realize. Hello, I'm a beast in disguise. I'm young and I'm able. I'm fresh and so stable. My cards on the table, that world first fly. Hey guys,
you're still tuning in to Talk It Out Radio. That's the Mako Girls. Shout out to my Mako Girls all the way in Atlanta. My favorite teenage girl group. I love those ladies. So guys, we've been having a great talk here on Talk It Out Radio with Jay Kemp and Remedy Cherie from the Moving Target Radio Show and CT.
Yes.
We have had some good talks. These brothers are on a different level, y'all. I hope you guys got some great insight from these two, and tune into their show every Sunday night on 94.3 FM at 7 p.m. Correct?
7 p.m. 94.3 WYBC. You could also stream it 94.3 WYBC.com at 7. Or you could just go to our YouTube page, Moving Target Podcast.
And check them out.
And check us out there with Grace the Stallion, of course.
Subscribe. I kind of crashed the team, y'all. I kind of crashed.
Subscribe. Really? Just go to the YouTube. Don't worry about it.
Just go to YouTube.
Just go to YouTube and subscribe. And we want to really rock out with y'all.
Definitely. I thank you guys for being here. I want to have some fun now. We talked about some cool stuff tonight. But my famous game here on Talk It Out Radio is Keep or Cut. It used to be called Keep or Kill, but I kind of felt like Kill was harsh. Yeah. But it's Keep or Cut, guys, and basically we take artists and we put them together, artists from different genres, ages, and you tell us which one you're gonna keep and which one you're gonna cut. Just that simple. Okay.
All
right, you guys ready? Now we usually it's usually fun because we have a big old argument after every artist y'all pick. Especially if y'all don't agree with me, and we never agree, so it's about to get popping. All right, so our first Keep or Cut is New Edition or Boyz II Men. Who are you keeping?
I'm keeping
Who
New
you cutting?
Edition.
Dang, that was quick.
New Edition? Absolutely.
Over Boyz II Men?
Absolutely.
Okay, now you gotta tell me why.
Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
I would say because New Edition, they paved the way for a black boy band.
Okay.
You know, you had the Jackson 5, but I'm talking about when you start to hit the 80s, you know, New Edition paved the way for that. Because then you had like...
the Temptations.
Well, they were... I wouldn't say the Temptations were a boy band.
They were a group. They were a black male group.
Nah, we're not talking about... A boy band is the formula of like New Kids on the Block, NSYNC, 98 Degrees. You know what I'm saying? And New Edition was the first to really do that was black, and they killed it, and they're legends to this day for it. So I'll go for them.
New Edition, both of you guys. All right, moving on. We got MC Lyte or Roxanne Shante.
MC Lyte.
MC Lyte.
Dang.
Yeah. And
I thought Roxanne was that girl.
Let me say this though, Roxanne is that girl for being the catalyst of battle rapping, and she was a woman that took dudes down. But MC Lyte was like on a whole other level when she came out. When she came out, I was like, yo, MC Lyte was what Rhapsody is to female artists today. MC Lyte was that back in the day. And Rhapsody is just letting it be known, like, yo, we females, we got bars.
So you think in a rap battle, MC Lyte and Roxanne, MC Lyte will win?
I think
in a rap battle?
I think if you made, that wasn't necessarily MC's like forte, but if you made her battle, I'm rocking with MC Lyte, yo.
Wow.
If you made her battle.
Okay.
And that's off of voice, flow, you know what I'm saying? I think Roxanne Shante, I mean, she is the queen of battle rap, and as far as like where she came from.
I gotta ask Big Al on this. Big Al, Roxanne Shante or MC Light? Who you rocking with? That's why I want to do that to you. Who you got? MC or Roxanne? You guys can also call in and give us your opinion. 347-708-0216.
I'm gonna have to go with Roxanne.
Hey, one for
Roxanne,
girl
Roxanne.
Roxy. Now, why you chose Roxanne?
Just because of the era and time that she came up, there was no other females doing what she was doing.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I gotta give her that.
Okay. One for Roxanne and two for MC Light. All right, moving on, guys. Common or, y'all better pick right, Mos Def.
Oh, come on. Mos Def.
Thank you. All right, we got one agree. Okay, I agree.
Def.
You got to
Even though I will say though, Mos Def he's disappointed me tremendously.
How?
Like, you should have been coming with way more content since Black on Both Sides.
Gotcha.
And you have not. And you've gone into this whole other chain evolution of yourself. He dropped the album and he did like the whole, you couldn't hear the album unless you went to the art museum, and
oh wow.
Yeah, it was like recent that he did, and it was disappointing. It's like, bruh. So I will say Common has not only dropped classic after classic. I mean, he got so many classics under his belt, but he keeps coming. You know what I mean? But I just like Mos Def better as far as sound.
Mos Def. And you
Yeah, for
chose
sure.
Mos Def?
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys, we got 3 for 3.
Black Star.
Yeah, I love me some Mos Def. He like the Black Abraham Lincoln. I just love me some Mos Def. He does. All right, guys, DMX or Busta Rhymes?
DMX. DMX.
I love me some X, but I love Busta too. I don't know.
DMX.
I don't know.
The reason why I say DMX, they both got energy that's off the chain.
That's why I put them together.
But DMX is soul.
Raw.
He's soul.
Yes.
DMX has carried me when I had bags packed looking for another place to live, and DMX is saying, gotta keep stepping.
Yes.
No, love, thank you. Sweet. Or you cats don't know. Oh, what? DMX, man.
That's a hard one.
Nah,
Who you got, Rem?
That's a hard one.
Yo,
That's
all they
a
got
hard
is
one
matching
for me,
energy.
yo.
DMX got soul, man.
I would love to see
Rhymes
them
wasn't
two
praying
together.
on no album.
Yes.
That's
DMX,
real. That's real.
Man, DMX
That's
is
real.
soul.
Rough Riders.
Do mad different things. On my way. Yo,
I can't. Big Al, DMX or Busta Rhymes?
Wow, I'm gonna get killed for this. But I'm gonna have to. They're both talented in their own right, but I have to go with Busta because I'm gonna tell you why. You have to be there when Busta tore down a club by himself.
I've seen it.
You know what I mean? By himself. He did like 4 different versions of styles of rap that I've never seen anybody do before.
DMX tore down stadiums.
Wow.
Yo, that's his opinion though, man.
No doubt.
And I hear that.
But you know the debate is gonna be
hear that.
but I hear him.
Okay.
No doubt.
Moving on, Jill Scott or Mary J. Blige?
Mary J. Blige.
I knew you was gonna
Gotta
say
go
that.
with Mary J. And let me tell you why I say Mary J.
Oh my God.
I say Mary J because excuse me, Mary J is the queen and the first to start bringing hip hop and R&B. Every time she came out, she was grabbing a hip hop artist nobody thought an R&B artist would mess with, and she would do a track with.
But I'm saying,
Grand Puba, Method Man, Smith and Wesson.
Yo, I'm saying Mary
J all day.
I'm saying Mary because Mary tracks brought you through life too,
Sure
yo.
did.
Mary
There was a
tracks is
Mary
the
song for
soundtrack
every
of
stage
life,
in
yo.
your life.
A
No question.
soundtrack for life, man.
But lyrically, I think Jill would squash her. She can blow. Jill can blow.
You mean vocally?
Vocally.
Yeah, I think vocally,
vocally
Jill kills it.
Yeah, vocally.
I think lyrically and vocally,
I don't
Jill.
know about lyrically.
I don't know about lyrics, 'cause
Yeah.
the tracks,
Wait. Yeah, Mary does
I
tell a
don't know
story.
about-
Yeah,
Her
man.
lyrics
Said
is
it
deep.
carries
That's
us.
true.
Real, man.
Well, then I guess, yeah.
Vocally, though, Jill Scott
I think she would smash
destroys
her.
Mary J. Absolutely.
I agree.
And she could deep throw the mic. I saw that live.
And
I saw
Mary-
that live right in front of me, and I said,
can't.
God. No.
And Mary J never changed. Like, she gets hood on the stage.
Yeah, she do.
Sings her heart and soul out.
Yeah.
I will have to give that one to Mary. All right, guys. Y'all know I'm not feeling this one, but my girl Cardi B or Megan the Pony.
You know it's. I can't even say you know. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm definitely gonna say I'm definitely gonna say I know. I was thinking ain't nothing to think about. I'm giving Cardi B.
Oh, okay.
Cardi B, man.
Jay, I swear to God, you'll walk all the way back to Connecticut.
Cardi B, man.
Megan the Pony.
Okay, let me just say this.
Cardi B.
Let me just say this.
No,
Hold
Jay.
up. Let me just say this.
He about to woo.
I want to say that one of the reasons why I do love Megan Thee Stallion is because Megan Thee Stallion has been showing not just the thought culture, but she's shown community activism, and she's doing what she got to do for her education. She's shown a well-rounded self that surprised me, and I think she's nice.
I thought we was just talking about music.
However,
thank you.
Huh?
I thought we was just talking about music.
Hold up, no, but again, I'm looking at the artists themselves, and I think she's nice. I like the track she has. However, Cardi B, on the other hand, the reason why I will give it to Cardi B, not because she doesn't write her rhymes, but she sounds good when she raps other people's lyrics, because that's what she does. And I remember when she was on Love and Hip Hop, and I really did not think she was gonna be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than somebody that dropped the mixtape.
Well, Megan need to get a couple of writers too.
You took the words right out my mouth, because I'm sitting here like, what do you like about her writing? Somebody needs to write for her behind.
Okay, but hold up.
She don't talk about nothing, and all she was.
But hold up, neither of them talk about shit. Let's be clear.
I disagree.
The thing about it is Cardi B, but listen, I cannot fault somebody who writes their own shit and sounds good and then says, well, this person sounds way better but doesn't write their shit. I'm not going to say, oh, well, this person's better. No, this person
is not. For me personally,
does not sound good.
I think she sounds good.
Oh, my God.
I think she sounds good.
She's whack.
Thank you.
I don't think she's whack.
Thank you.
Lyrically, she don't be saying nothing.
Yo, thank you.
Neither does Cardi.
But Cardi says Cardi does. Cardi speaks to a whole nother.
Oh, you mean her writers?
Well, her writers.
Let's be clear, bro.
Her writers.
Well, they talk about the stuff she's been through and what she's overcome.
No, she has
her haters. Like she don't just talk about something other than men's money.
Do not say she talks about something. She has a team that writes for her to talk shit. Like she says it.
Well,
she doesn't write not one bar.
Listen, that's okay, but a well-rounded machine gotta have a great engine.
Agreed.
Right.
She has a great engine behind her, and it works.
And that's why I'm giving it to Cardi. He's exactly what he just said. That's why I'm giving it to Cardi. She created that, but I'm not going to say Megan Thee Stallion's trash. I'm not.
She is garbage.
Lyrically, man, I don't feel her at all.
Now,
garbage.
She's not there yet.
Thank you. No,
I didn't say she is. I didn't say she is
garbage.
But I'm not gonna say garbage. If she was garbage, she wouldn't be where she's at now.
That's not true.
That's not true.
No,
There's a lot of garbage out.
So you think? So you don't think? So hold up. So you think that Megan Thee Stallion got where she's at because just by her looks?
Not just by, but mostly
by what?
Because of her looks,
her sex
she
appeal.
probably.
And what do you think, Cardi?
That too, and she's with the right team.
But Cardi at least got bars. Megan Thee Stallion don't got
doesn't have bars.
Hold on, or her team.
She has a machine that gave her bars.
But let me say this. Let me say this.
They both got on the same fucking way.
But hear what I'm saying. Nah, bro. Hear what I'm saying.
You just said that Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion got on off of sex appeal, but Cardi B got off what? Sophistication?
What was Cardi?
Get the hell out of here.
What? No, what I'm saying to you is, what was Cardi? What song do Meg Thee Stallion got that's better than the song that Cardi had?
No, I didn't say, but hold up.
Not one.
Tell me in this conversation, we can play it back, where I said Cardi B or that Megan Thee Stallion is better than Cardi B. What I'm saying is, this is why I love Megan Thee Stallion, but I'll give it to Cardi B for exactly what my man said. She has the machine around her that I didn't think would bring her to where she is now. However, they both got on off of thought culture. They both got off of being some type of strippers. They both got on off of sex appeal. They didn't get on no other way. Megan Thee Stallion just surprised me in how she carried herself with her role. Same with Kendrick Lamar. Like, Kendrick Lamar is nice, but the way Kendrick Lamar used his role as an artist, when you get your money, you instead of taking you got your money and got a little modest house, as opposed to the rapper who got this. That shit matters to me. How you move in society.
To me too, bro. Who we got next?
So we gave that one to Cardi. All right, we got Remy Ma. Y'all better get this one right. Or EVE.
Oh, that's Remy Ma.
What?
Remy Ma. And Remy Ma slap you with a brick for real.
Facts. Facts.
And you don't think
Remy
Eve?
Ma.
Y'all don't think Eve is getting?
Can you tell me the last track that Eve dropped?
Okay, just because she don't have a last track.
Okay,
but I'm
take the
talking about her
tracks.
music overall.
Okay,
You think
take all
Eve?
her music and then take all her music and all her lyrics and take Remy Ma. You think Eve can even?
Remy Ma
Eve
came out
had-
of jail,
Eve
and
had
all her
hits
songs
on
was
hits on
collaborations
hits,
with
yo.
somebody else.
She had hits on hits on hits.
Where is her album with just her spitting? Where's her album? Like, I don't.
Are we
I
talking? All
like
right, let
Remy,
me ask you this: are we talking about album sales,
but I don't think
or are we talking
no,
about
not even
bars?
sales. I mean,
Are we
just
talking
period.
about bars? Bars.
Rapping. Why she? Why?
Okay,
Why is
Remy
she
Ma will
rapping
destroy
herself?
her.
You think so?
Remy Ma.
I'm not gonna say destroyer.
Oh my
Because I
God.
think, but look,
That's 'cause she got Pat writing for her.
Nah, I'm saying,
No,
I've listened
Remy
to
Ma
Eve
always
spit,
had
man.
bars.
Yo,
From
but
the beginning of her
Eve
career.
had bars too, bro.
I think
Eve
she's
had
dope,
bars.
I didn't say she
Thank
didn't.
you.
And
Y'all
I think,
sleeping on Eve.
and I think if
Wow.
you pushed Eve, she's a pit bull in the skirt.
Yes,
B. If you
yes.
push Eve in the corner, I think she
I
would
think
surprise us.
Eve
I'm
will-
still going
yes.
Remy Ma.
But
I'm
I
not
mean,
destroying-
you're just giving credit to a certain
love
degree,
Eve.
and I'll do that. But Remy Ma will destroy
I
her.
don't
Big
think
Al, what
destroy
you
it.
think, Remy or Eve?
Oh man. I can't be involved in these things because I'm gonna hear about it later. But yeah, I would have to give it to Remy. But Eve is not a pushover. I'm gonna tell you
Not
that.
at all. Destroyed?
Not at all.
Not at all, bro.
Yeah,
Okay,
Eve is
I
a
would
beast.
love to see that.
She'll still
get
get
destroyed.
I think Eve will come up. All right, moving on. I got two more for you guys. Back to R&B. Fantasia or Keisha Cole?
Keisha Cole.
Wait
going
a
with
minute.
Keisha Cole.
No.
I'm going with Keisha Cole, man.
Fantasia.
I'm going with Keisha Cole, man.
You know, if you go back to the show, there's
Fantasia.
actually 5 points that we agree on.
Listen,
Just so you know, you like to say
You
we
keep
don't.
it track.
I am.
You keep it track.
But she keeps saying we don't agree, and I'm like,
surprised when
wait.
we agree. You know,
Like,
you know.
what?
It feel like the first time every time. We agree. I agree. Tasia.
Yeah.
Going with Keisha Cole, yo.
Why Tasia would blow her out the water?
What, vocalist?
listen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, Fantasia will not only blow out the water, she'll take her to church.
Facts.
For real.
Absolutely.
And
Real
then train
quick.
her after.
Yeah.
Facts. Oh, Fantasia.
Maybe it's because I have a
day.
thing for Keisha Cole, man.
See, I got a thing for Fantasia.
I love Keisha Cole, yo.
I know that's right. And lastly, guys, Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick.
Oh my God.
Kendrick Lamar, man.
Seriously?
Yes.
Kendrick Lamar.
Hold up.
Seriously?
Yes.
2 reasons.
Y'all, everybody love Drake. I'm confused.
Number one, Kendrick. I've been following Kendrick before Overly Dedicated. Nobody was watching Kendrick before Overly Dedicated. I've been following since K-Dot. He has always been, Rem will tell you, I said this before he even dropped Good Kid, Mad City, that he's going to be the savior of hip-hop. He's going to be the #1 lyricist. And everybody's like, yo, he don't got enough. I already knew it. And he kept growing and evolving, and he's never compromised. And every other artist that has been interviewed about being in the studio with him, Kendrick writes his bars, and he writes them to R&B soul music. He doesn't write them to the beats.
Right.
Drake, on the other hand, has been already challenged numerous times on, on whether he's writing that's his pen or not. Drake is nice, but when you talk about bar for bar, that's Kendrick all day.
Kendrick Lamar, man.
All day.
Kendrick Lamar, yo.
I'm not a huge fan of really either, but okay. My son loves Kendrick Lamar, and I mean, he's okay to me, but okay.
He's amazing.
Well, that is our keeper. Cut. A lot of people love Kendrick, so I give him his props. I mean, a lot of people love him. But that's our keeper cut, guys. Before we get out of here, we didn't get too much news and gossip, but I did want to touch on really quickly what everybody's been upset about in the news, and my take is a little bit different. But at first, I was furious. But the reporter, the day that Kobe passed away, she reported saying Los Angeles, it sounded like she said niggers. And of course, we all went in saying, how could she call them a nigger? And then she tried to fix her statement. Everybody was saying for her to get fired, take away her job. I'm not going to front. I too was just like, what? Off with her head. But then I heard her side of the story. And then I went back and listened. And I'm like, and then I looked at her, I'm just listening to her and looking at her. I'm like, I honestly, I don't feel like she really was saying niggers. Like, she was trying to explain she's a female. She wasn't into sports like that, so she says. So she was thinking Knicks and meant to say Lakers, and it kind of got jumbled together. And if you do put Knicks and Lakers together.
And you say it real fast, it ends up saying if you say niggers, you end up saying nigger.
It's Knickers, but I don't think subconsciously, I don't think she's racist or subconsciously she said it or
let me tell you
that's
something.
how she. I don't think she said niggers.
Let me. What
when you hear it, it's Knickers.
Let me tell you something about that bitch.
Oh my God!
Look, she had a brain fart.
Thank you. We all
here's what happened.
We've all done it.
She said, "Here's what happened." She was on the phone.
She said, "Nigga," with
all her racist family. She was like, "Yo, you heard this nigga died? I can't believe this nigga died." And then it was like, "We're going live." Okay, hold on. I'll call you right back. And she then the nigga slip came out. It was a Freudian racist slip. And it came out.
We all get tongue tied. Her brain didn't catch up with her lips.
I listened to it though, but I listened to it over and over again, and I tried to replace the word when it was said. I tried to replace no,
but you know what, Ram?
Like that. She said niggas.
You know what, Ram?
With a K. It's really not a G.
All jokes aside, I do agree that we jump so much.
We do.
To what the mainstream narrative is saying.
Right.
Perfect example is when there was that Native American banging the drum, and he was in front of the white boy, and the white boy, I think he was just sitting there like kind of smiling, you know what I'm saying, while the Native American's banging the drum, and they were saying that the white boy was taunting the Native American, and everybody on Twitter was like, "Yo, kill this white boy," and just going comedians, celebrities, everybody going sick on this kid. And then the other angles and the other time of the footage came out, and you realize that those kids weren't taunting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Now he's suing them because his whole character was slammed. But we ran with the pack.
As we often do.
I'm gonna say this again.
I do not. I think it was a bad slip.
You mean to tell me, Rem, you think she worked her ass off to become a reporter and say, "Yo, I'm gonna do it this time.
Yo, you think
I'm gonna let it all out there and just say nigger and ruin my career?"
She did.
It was Knickers.
What I think is that some of these racist people have a brain fart sometime, and it slips out. It slips out.
I don't think she was one of them, though.
No, I don't. I think
it
slipped out because I think deep down inside, that's how they look at all of us, man. We a bunch of niggas.
Not all
and that's
of them.
how they, for the most part, until you show me that you ain't a snake and you ain't poisonous, I'm gonna assume that you ain't biting me. I think the chick slipped up, and I think she said niggas.
You think she really meant it?
I think she slipped up. No, but see, she didn't mean to do it. She didn't mean to say it. You know what I mean?
I don't think she said it at all. Like, I think we are really
I think she said it, man.
saying that because it sounds like niggers.
I tried to replace the word.
Say niggers 5 times real fast.
You say niggers, it sounds like niggers.
You got it.
It sounds like niggers.
But I listened.
And if she was black and said that same exact thing, we would not be roasting her like this.
But listen, you know what? You know what's different? You know what's different though? When something like that happens, right? I sat up there and each time it played, I said niggers with it. I said it. I said niggers with it to try to see, is that what I'm hearing?
Because niggers. If you put Knicks and Lakers together, it's Knickers. And that's, if you listen, she's saying nigger. She's saying it sounds like nigger.
So
it does.
It wasn't nigger.
Now, the only reason why
at first she said nakers.
The only reason why she should be,
but it was knickers.
The reason why she should be fired is because your professional career is being a reporter, and you are about to report on the biggest story of the decade.
And you make a mistake like that.
And you make a mistake. You didn't know the team. It's not whether you said nigger or not. It's because you did something stupid.
Right.
As a reporter, and you shouldn't do it anymore. You shouldn't report anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why.
I would get past that. I would get past that. I could get past that if she made a mistake like that.
No.
Confusing the team or whatever like that for whatever reason.
How you gonna confuse the team?
Yo,
with the greatest ball player?
See, this is why women shouldn't be doing sports. Like, y'all don't roast up for that too.
Man, she made a mistake, man.
She did, and it shouldn't cost her career. But
I want to see her tongue. Somebody need to tell her to stick her tongue out. I guarantee you it's fork.
I can't.
Tell her to stick her tongue out. I guarantee you her tongue.
We are at the end of our segment. We've had a great time here on Talk It Out Radio. I had a ball with Jay and Remedy up here. here. Thank you
Appreciate
guys
you.
for
Much
coming.
love. Thank you for
Before
having
we
us.
go, let everybody know your social media, where they can find you, follow you, listen to the show, stalk you, all that
Go
good stuff.
to Moving Target Podcast on Facebook. All right. More importantly, go to our YouTube, Moving Target Podcast. Please subscribe there. Me personally, you can find me on Facebook, Jay Kemp. You can find me on Instagram, J Scholar1. You don't even worry about that. All that shit like that. YouTube, Moving Target Podcast on YouTube. Subscribe, support us, and we're gonna keep bringing you great content with, of course, featuring Grace Stallion. Sundays, 7:00.
The original.
Hey, I love that. It said I gotta say that. Mr. Remedy, how everybody can find you, follow you.
Same thing, Moving Target and Remedy Sharif on Facebook. That's about it. I don't do too much of the social media.
I don't do too much. Well, make sure you guys come back every Tuesday right here for Talk It Out Radio. Don't forget we have a whole week of lineups right here on iAccess Radio. So also go to our YouTube and subscribe to our page so that you won't miss any shows here on iAccess Radio Station. I'm your host, Grace the Stallion, Talk It Out Radio. Follow us on every social media. We're at Talk It Out Radio on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Go to our website, talkitoutradio.com. And we will see you guys next week, same time, same place, with your same beautiful host. Good night, y'all.
Peace.
Kingdom.